According to the news that was published today, Jamie Dimon, the CEO of Jpmorgan, has revealed that every bank and every government all over the world would use XRP. If you can believe it, this change may occur much sooner than was originally anticipated. First things first, I'm going to take you back to this video footage that Jamie Dimon posted on CNBC during the Davos 2024 conference. In addition to his general opinion on Bitcoin and the fact that it is utilized by criminals, he discussed his optimistic stance on blockchain technology and the fact that Jpmorgan is already utilizing it. Pay close attention to this. Blockchain is a technology that's actually happening. Our company makes use of it. It is efficient, it will move money, it will move data, and it will move data, and it will move both. We've been discussing that topic for the past 12 years as well, and it's a really minor issue. Now, I believe that we have wasted an excessive amount of words on that. There are two distinct kinds of cryptocurrencies. A coin exists that has the potential to actually accomplish anything. Consider the concept of a cryptocurrency as a smart contract that is contained within it. This smart contract can be used to buy and sell real estate as well as move data. This might be of some use. A concept that involves tokenizing objects. There are tokens that can be used to perform a certain action, yet there are other tokens that have no effect whatsoever. The pet rock, the Bitcoin, or anything along those lines is what I refer to it as. As you may have heard, Jamie Dimon draws attention to the fact that there are two distinct categories of cryptocurrencies. One group that is engaged in some activity and another group that is not. He is referring to assets such as XRP when he says that those who are doing anything are mentioned. Despite the fact that you do not trust me, he has indicated, as you have just heard him mention, that they are comparable to an embedded smart contract. In addition, as we can see from smoke here, XRP and smart contracts, the answer is yes, it's true. This functionality, known as escrow, was developed with the intention of allowing the XRP ledger to be utilized in the interledger protocol as well as with other smart contracts. Furthermore, the escrow is only compatible with XRP and does not operate with any other coins. So this is a very, very significant matter. That is one piece of evidence. In addition, Jamie Dimon mentioned that these tokens can be utilized for the purpose of purchasing and selling real estate, which is an example of the concept of tokenization. If we look at Ripple, we can see that this time last year was the same. Ripple has been chosen to demonstrate a significant CBDC use case for the EHKD pilot program that is being conducted with Fubon Bank. Through the utilization of CBDCs and tokenized real estate, property owners have the ability to liberate the equity that is contained inside their real estate holdings. There is no doubt in anyone's mind that Jpmorgan is aware of Ripple and XRP as well as the services that they are offering. It is important to keep in mind that Jpmorgan has published papers in the past that discuss Ripple as a big weight in the age of CBDC. Furthermore, we can see once more from the presentation that Jpmorgan gave called Smoke, which emphasizes Ripple as a blockchain technology that is overcoming interoperability and data concerns across countries. This is proof right. Here from Jpmorgan, according to the evidence provided by Ripple, it is also demonstrated that Jpmorgan is directly tied to on-demand liquidity. The evidence is right in front of you at this very now. XRP is already being utilized by Jpmorgan Co. Not only do they know this, but they also reveal to you that everyone else will as well. Bitcoin will not be the dominant cryptocurrency, rather, it will be the cryptocurrencies that are solving real-world problems, such as XRP. Furthermore, this relationship between Jpmorgan and Ripple is very enormous. When you listen at the very beginning of this video, Jamie Durham reveals that Jpmorgan moves $10 trillion every single day. I am not going to play this video here since it violates copyright laws, but if you listen to it, you will hear this information. Taking a moment to completely understand the volume of that figure, the significance of that statement, 10 trillion every day, is something that you should remember. Also, this is with fiat currency in the previous regime. With the advent of the digital revolution, we are currently in the process of transitioning to a new monetary system that will allow for instantaneous transactions in real time. Ripple's on-demand liquidity is being utilized for instantaneous transactions, and such transactions are not limited to Jpmorgan. This $10 trillion, however, is likely to expand even more to an even larger sum of money as Ripple and XRP assist banks in interconnecting with one another, so liberating the liquidity that has been trapped in the Nostro accounts. A number of years ago, Ripple's chief technology officer David Schwartz stated that there was a requirement for a new asset for this new monetary system that was built upon unified ledgers. Schwartz also stated that Ripple had already addressed this issue with XRP and the XRP ledger. They have the potential to serve as the backbone that supplies the crucial component of the rapid international settlement. It is important to keep in mind that Ripple is already ahead of the curve when you listen to this video featuring Circle and JP Morgan once again discussing the future and the importance of the unified ledger by the BIs. Consequently, JP Morgan is aware that big financial institutions and governments all over the world will utilize XRP. An additional factor that is almost completely disregarded in a discourse about a unified ledger. Geopolitics includes. It is not possible to weaponize a currency, rather it is possible to weaponize the rails that currencies navigate. The geopolitical reality is that cross-border payments integration of this kind is often a line too far for national security interests, and that is the unfortunate piece of the puzzle. I believe that this is the case all too often, despite the fact that the central banks are doing really the Lord's work in modernizing payment systems and money. The price of XRP would have already skyrocketed to the moon if this shift had already taken place, but it will take place. Of course, this shift has not yet taken place in its entirety. Additionally, it is taking place behind the scenes at this very moment, as demonstrated in this video. The adoption of cryptocurrency by institutions is occurring at a rate that is faster than anticipated. These establishments are currently utilizing distributed ledger technology. Pay close attention. Alternatively, there may already be a digital custody or digital trade product existing. Because of this, every significant Chinese bank is included in this category because they required support for their digital wallets in order to support XRP, which is the digital yuan, and so on. 42% of them are already equipped to provide you with and manage digital currencies. This includes CBDCs such as XRP, which I just discussed, but it also includes stablecoins such as a TED or a Circle. Also, almost 1/3 of them are starting to invest in digital assets or digital commodities, which includes the exchange-traded funds ETFs that are based on Bitcoin. So the BlackRocks and the Fidelities of the world have already launched their Bitcoin spot ETFs, but there's a whole world of other people, including people with names like Goldman Sachs and Citibank and JP Morgan, who may be saying they're very anti the space, but in practice, they're very actively involved underneath the surface of the BlackRock IBITS or ETF. Again, they may be saying things like, I'm JP Morgan and we don't really need any of this. But the reality is that JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, or Citibank is actually in the process of constructing a business right now that is based on top of distributed ledger technology, Bitcoin, blockchain, and other technologies. In order to dominate the global financial market, this was the plan that the get-go Ripple's plan had in place. Marketplace. The objective was to play the long game, to look at the long term, to work behind the scenes, to give these major players the opportunity to catch up, and to ask them for assistance in order to aid them in creating their game plan, and to prevent them from giving it away to their rivals. Pay close attention. When it comes to your product, you would never make any specific announcements until they are completely finalized. Because rivals are constantly keeping an eye on them until they are open and accessible to the general public. It is not simply a matter of obstructing ordinary investors and stopping them from obtaining particular information. Ripple is a corporation that is competing in the global finance sector, which is the most lucrative market on the entire world. Ripple is attempting to establish itself as the dominant player in this market. The game plan was in place for Ripple, and the pace of this transition is now picking up significantly. It is very important for JP Morgan to be aware of the fact that XRP's plant is going to explode, that their adoption is about to explode, and that they're real. The world use case is about to explode. Tomorrow will bring about one of the most significant upheavals in the financial sector. In the United States and Canada, the shift for T+1 settlement is scheduled for the following week, on May 28th,